Hey guys, Detail Illusion here, and this time with 100% more eye patch. For those of you who missed the Facebook post last week, I've been suffering from a very, very severe eye infection. I'm still a little snuffed up, so sorry if I sound kind of nasal. The good news is I am on the mend. I have been taking some really strong medication, and hopefully by the end of the week I will be back to 100%. Which is awesome, because apparently eye infections are only supposed to last 24 hours, and I've had this bad boy for 2 weeks now. So, I mean, the one positive spin is I get this snazzy eye patch. For those of you who don't know, my favorite character of all time is Fidey Fluorite. I actually used to go by Hugh Fi on DeviantArt before I decided I didn't want to be associated with a single character. But he goes through kind of an unfortunate incident and loses an eye, and my other favorite character, Xerxes Break, has the same kind of issue. So it's just kind of always been a running joke with my friends, just me and eye patches, and I've always secretly kind of wanted to acquire one for like a limited amount of time. So it's been kind of the small positive twist on this whole hoopla. I mean, it hasn't been so great. Last week it was actually in both eyes. I couldn't see at all, so I was like playing Pokemon with the DS this close to my face. I haven't been able to sew at all because I'm still, even with just the one eye, I still can't see all that well, and it's hard to be like pattern draft or work on my crown at all because I'm like, this looks nice, but it doesn't feel soft or smooth. So I've been playing a lot of Pokemon and listening to a lot of daytime TV, which actually kind of sparked what this vlog is going to be about. I know I said I was going to do a Pokemon X review, but I have been limiting myself to 2 gym battles every week, so I'm a lot farther behind than a lot of people are in this game. I just don't think I have anything really to talk about or share that's going to be like actually mean anything to anyone or anyone's going to actually care about. Instead, with all the daytime TV shows I've been watching, I've kind of got an interest in talking about things that might be a little more controversial. Obviously, the main point of these vlogs is going to be cosplay related stuff. And once I am sewing again, there are going to be cosplay videos, I swear. And like how-to videos, or like I'll just talk about something that I'm making. But for now, I think I'm going to start a tradition. Is the last video of the month is going to be something in like the social world of cosplay that is slightly controversial and something I want to have a conversation about. Because I think there's a lot of value in talking about things, and I hope with me putting my opinion out there, we can spark conversations, and I really hope you guys take the time to comment on, be it on YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, whatever, and let me know what you think. And let me know your opinions, and of course, in a respectful way, please. And that way, as we're going as a community of cosplayers, and as we're getting more present in the media, I think it's really important that as a community we have the power to have these conversations. And we can settle things in a community and be on kind of one side and on one note and know what our visions and our values are. Because then it's going to be harder for the outside world to criticize us as much. And also, it'll make it harder for us to criticize each other and make things a lot more positive for us as a group. So, with that said, the topic this week is actually something that kind of occurred in the celebrity world, and that I do think applies to us as cosplayers. And that is a celebrity for a celebrity big Halloween party dressed in blackface. She's a dance instructor, I guess, for Dancing with the Stars. I won't pretend to remember her name. Something Huff, I think. Anyways, who it is really isn't all that important. The issue is, so she did this, she posted a photo of it on Twitter, and then was kind of shocked by the negative feedback that she got. And she has issued an apology, but some people have kind of come to her defense, saying that she didn't deserve the heat she got. And with which I do disagree. Now, I think the big issue and the conversation to be had here is that blackface is more than just putting on makeup of a different ethnicity. It does have the same kind of like almost things in our society become symbols. And that is part of our society and part of being human. For example, the N-word. The N-word does mean more. It's more than just letters. It has a very, very negative kind of value and set associated with it. And saying it is considered taboo in our culture. Same with like saying the word faggot, for example, is also has a negative connotation and is offensive to a certain group of people. Blackface is as well. For those of you who don't know, it was done before as a very, very hurtful mockery of African Americans. White people would put on like oils to make themselves look African American and would kind of behave and perform in a very, very offensive manner. And because of it, it kind of it's doing that now is kind of like saying the N-word. It has that same value. And I mean, there's not just blackface. There's also been red face, yellow face, kind of almost any, I guess, other ethnicity you can imagine has been outwardly mocked by white people. And because we have that history, it's not okay to be doing that into society because of that offensive history it has. It's not okay for us to be doing this. It's offensive to people, and it's kind of like we have to kind of pay homage to the mistakes we've made as a society in the past, and doing blackface is ignorant of that. And I mean, it does have its place. I think movies that are targeting racial issues can do it because it's part of that. If done in a way that is self-aware and, I guess, kind of socially pertinent and done for the purpose of making a statement about racism, then we can talk on whether that's appropriate or not. For example, the movie Cloud Atlas, I think, did it really well because Cloud Atlas was so much about the racial structure and the hierarchy and how that changed and how it progresses and kind of an experimentation on that. So I feel that like that is a good example of a place where that belongs. However, costuming isn't. And I think we really need to be aware of this as cosplayers. And I mean, I don't want people to start bashing people now who've done this in the past because we can't change things that we've done. But I think this is a conversation that we need to have with each other and among each other. And, you know, if you see someone at a con or you see someone's photo online, you can politely bring up and just say, you might not know this, but this is actually a really offensive thing to do. It has this history. Maybe find a wiki page. I can try and find a wiki page to put into the comments if anyone asks for it. Or something, just linking them, talking about it, showing them the history and how it is kind of wrong to be doing that. And I think we can kind of, and I know people are going to kind of watch this and say, well, then where do we draw the line? Isn't all cosplay in many ways? I mean, there was that whole conversation that occurred almost a year ago now, I guess, about white people cosplaying as anime characters, whether that was racist because some anime characters are Asian. And I think there was a lot of ignorance there, as not all anime characters are Asian. Like, look at Hetalia, look at shows like Tsubasa. Like, there's anime is not just limited to the personification of Oriental people. There's characters of all different shapes, colors, backgrounds in it, and I think it's ignorant to kind of blanket a whole, I guess, art form and media type as only representing one race. With that being said, I just don't feel that ethnicity needs to actually come up in cosplay. That we need to change our ethnicity to match that of a character that we're portraying. We don't need to, if you're black, you shouldn't feel the need to make yourself look Caucasian to cosplay a Caucasian character, and vice versa. I think just wearing that person's garment, having that wig, is more than enough to personify them. And I think, make the decision for yourself. Obviously, like, I know some people aren't comfortable cosplaying people from different ethnicities because they don't feel they can pull it off. And to them, having that kind of finished photo that looks a lot like that character is really important. But you just need to remember that decision is a decision for you and you alone. And you can't then go and apply your kind of morals for yourself to other people, because everyone has the right to cosplay who they want. And as long as they aren't doing it in an offensive manner, like doing things like blackface, yellowface, or redface, then they aren't harming anyone. And you have no right to criticize who they're being. And if you are someone who's been the target of this kind of like blatant bullying, really pay those people no mind. Let their comments kind of roll off your shoulders. I know it's difficult not to take things to heart sometimes, but if you're enjoying who you're cosplaying, fuck what anyone else says, okay? That's my opinion on the matter. And I want to hear yours. I'm going to try and cut this short because I don't want this to be a super, super long video, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about the whole blackface controversy, how it now applies to cosplay. I've kind of given you what I feel about it and how I feel it, I guess, applies to us and my kind of verdict on the situation, but I by no means am the moral center of cosplay. I think we all have an opinion and I want to know what yours is. Just please, respectful manner, but yeah, I'll see you in the comments. Bye.